Hello everybody, it's me, your good friend Sparky, and welcome back to our little exploration of the Pikmin 2 Piklopedia. We're going to be starting off today by taking a look at the Dweevil family, and starting with the Fiery Dweevil. With a Poké value of 2, we've lost no Pikmin to them in battle, and we've defeated 16. Fiery Dweevil, Mandarachnia Napalmens. Okay. Dweevil family. Members of the Dweevil family are known for carrying objects of astounding size on their backs, and then mimicking them. The Fiery Dweevil is one species in this family. Generally, this is a very gentle insect that feeds on grass nectars, but when faced with danger like the Fiery Dweevil, or not like the Fiery Dweevil ignites flammable internal gases, juts out its jaws, and spews scorching flames. As this clearly makes it a rather dangerous insect, it is best not to linger directly in front of it. The search for a gourmet, high-protein salad topping alternative to bacon bits is over. Grind this spicy Dweevil into tasty micro-chunks and toss them generously over your salad to add an instant flair and flavor. A replacement for bacon bits? Blasphemy! I object against this. Quite a lot. Can we get you to do your fiery thing? Or are you just gonna ignore the carrots? Now you're hiding behind that. Okay, just stone with you. Moving on, we have the Anode Dweevil. With a treasure value of 2 Pokos, we lost 3 Pikmin in battle. Right in one of the last caves, I'm pretty sure. And we've defeated 6 of them. Anode Dweevil. I just read this. Mandarachnia volticula, Dweevil family. Members of the Dweevil family are known for carrying objects of astounding size on their backs and mimicking them. The Anode Dweevil is one species in this family. They seem to have no particular preference for which objects they carry on their backs, as they will carry anything they can lift. They boast an internal organ that generates electrical charges, which the Anode Dweevil releases when it senses danger. Raw Anode Dweevil makes for a great, unforgettable sushi treat. Though sushi is typically fish. But if it is not prepared by an expert and with exact precision, consumption could result in a jolting electrical explosion of apocalyptic proportion. So you could try to eat this thing and just die, I guess. Yeah. Quite a dangerous sushi, it seems. And yeah, I guess the Pikmin carrots really aren't going to do much to these guys. So we freeze them, and we move on. To the Caustic Dweevil. Valued at 2 Pokos, we've lost no Pikmin to them, and we've defeated 4. Caustic Dweevil, Mandarachnia sulfurnid, Dweevil family. Caustic Dweevil, member of insect, got interrupted by a small burp there, sorry. No for mimicking, carrying on backs, yep, okay. Carrying them on their backs, yada. Several points of differentiation with other members of the species have been confirmed, such as body color and behavioral patterns, but none of these suggest major deviations in the creature's genetic structure. This makes it clear that it is a relative of the family. When attacked by enemies, the Caustic Dweevil spits out bodily fluids in response. Space boots corrode and oxidize when they come in contact with this highly acidic liquid. Oh dear. Inedible. Effects of consumption include uncontrollable arm flailing and enthusiastic dishwashing. Enthusiastic dishwashing. Have I mentioned how much I love these little bits and pieces in the Piklopedia and Treasure Hoard and such? Well, at least if you need to get your dishes done, this could help out, Bluey. Must not be a dishwashing type of guy. But, yeah, no interest in carrots, so we petrify you. And we go to the Munge Dweevil. Valued at 2 Pokos, we've lost no Pikmin to it in battle, and we've defeated 6. Munge Dweevil, Mandarachnia pungitis, Dweevil family. Family of insects, carrying stuff in their backs. These insects often carry the carcasses of other life forms on their backs, but apparently this is not for the purpose of transporting them as food, but instead is another example of their mimic behavior. The Munge Dweevil produces 2 different chemical compounds with its body, which form a poisonous gas when mixed and expelled. The gas is used only for self-defense. Exposure to even extreme heat doesn't seem to rid this creature of the deposits of potent gas. It's probably best for everyone if you avoid eating this hazardous fare. Again, Louis does not recommend this particular one. Come on, do something. Do something among the carrots. I demand it. Now, apparently it just doesn't find carrots that threatening. Oh well. And to finish off our little Dweevil section here, we have the Volatile Dweevil. No treasure value since you can't collect them since they explode fairly frequently. We've lost 6 Pikmin to them, and we've defeated 19, even though they really defeat themselves, honestly. Volatile Dweevil, Mandarachnia explodis, Dweevil family. The Volatile Dweevil is one member of an insect family. The Dweevil family exhibits the most unusual characteristic where the creature's behavioral patterns actually change based upon the object the creature carries on its back. The Volatile Dweevil has one of the most potent attacks of all species within the Dweevil family due to its habit of carrying explosive devices. Approach with caution and or body armor. But, as said, it takes care of itself after one blast, so you don't have to worry about it after that. This scorching species combusts upon contact with the tongue. Only edible by the adventurous and asbestos-tongued. Yup. Can we get you to explode? Can we get you to explode? Yes. You hate carrots so much. But I save you at the last second with the power of petrification. But then we wait a few moments, and you explode anyway. One of the few Pikmin enemies you can actually, kill in the Piklopedia. Yep. Next up, we have the Toady Bloister. Valued at 10 Pokos, we've lost none in battle, and we've only defeated 2, apparently. Toady Bloister, Molluskid Minionicus. Mollusking family. This species of creature has yet to fully evolve from shelled mollusk to the more advanced Bloister. Compared to the Bloister, this creature is significantly smaller. The fact that its mandibles do not protrude as significantly as the ranging Bloister is due in part to the fact that, like most mollusks, its vital organs are located deep within the creature's carapace. I think that's how you pronounce that. Pan-sear with herbs and oil until lightly crusted on the outside with rosy on the inside. Complement the savory flavors with a light and buttery cream sauce. Don't think they're going to be really too interested in the carrots, and the carrots are kind of disintegrating on the water as usual, so we petrify them, and we move on. And now we have the yellow Wally Hop. The frog enemies have an interesting history to their names in the Pikmin games. Their original name, Wollywog, was probably done out of complete ignorance. But as it turns out, Wog, in certain territories, is actually a racial slur. So, while by habit, I still refer to them as Wollywogs, just because that's how I've known them throughout the first few Pikmin games. Come Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 4, the names have been officially changed to Wally Hop. And they were always changed in European territories when the games were released, as far as I know. So, for the benefits of not sounding like I'm speaking in racial slurs to some people, I will, from this point on, try to refer to them as Wollyhops. But yes, the yellow Wollyhop. Valued at 5 Pokos, we've lost 1 Pikmin in battle, which is pretty surprising considering how deadly these things are in Pikmin 1, and we've defeated 13. Yellow Wollyhop. Amphicarus frodendum. Amphituber family. This magnificent specimen has the brightest gold coloration and the greatest number of lateral spots of any member in the Amphituber family. This species seems to have lost some swimming proficiency with the evolutionary adaptation that granted it its greater jumping ability. The amphituber inhabits aquatic shallows and shows an instinctive drive to jump upon and squash smaller creatures. We know this all too well. Beer batter and deep fry for a down-home flavor you won't soon forget. Beer battered frog legs. Heck yeah. And we can watch it jump, and hop, and smash carrots. And we can freeze it. And move onward to the regular Wally Hop. At 7 Pokos, we've lost 17 Pikmin to them. That seems a little more likely, honestly. And we've defeated 9. Though, yeah, the Wally Hops are not nearly as deadly as they are in Pikmin 1, so the fact that we did lose 17 to them definitely had to do with, at least partly, with that hidden Wally Hop behind a wall. That sucked. The fact that we did lose 17 to them is kind of impressive in comparison. Wally Hop. Amphoracis albino, Amphituber family. It is believed that juvenile Wally Hops were once carried by underground current into caverns, where they thrived in a dark habitat. This troglodytic species of Wally Hop coloration results from generations of cave dwelling and lack of sunlight, which is why we initially found them in the forest navel in Pikmin 1. Comparative differences between the size and shape of this Wally Hop and other species are thought to be the result of natural selection at work, choosing traits better suited to a life in a subterranean environment. Wally Hops are best ground up, shaped into a patty, and flame broiled on a grill. Slap on tomato slices, lettuce, onions, ketchup, and slide the patty between a sesame seed bun for the ultimate beast burger experience. Frog burgers. Delicious. See, can we get you to hop? We can. But then you freeze in midair, and you collide to the ground. How sad for you. And then you're back to normal. And now we have the hop pole, I believe it's actually supposed to be called now. Valued at 1 Poko, they can't kill your Pikmin, so they have no Pikmin defeats in their repertoire. And we have defeated 15 of them. Hop pole, Amphicaris frodendum, Amphituber family. The Wally Hop spawns in early spring, laying its eggs in on low-hanging tree branches and shrubs growing in or near lakes and ponds. Okay, I guess they do hop. Such unorthodox and amphibious behavior is a defense mechanism, protecting the eggs from predation by blue Pikmin and water dumples. Blue Pikmin will just eat frog eggs? Jeez. They're more vicious than I thought. The Wally Hop's wild hopping near the shoreline in early spring is thought to be a method of driving predators away from the hop pole eggs. Almost said it. Hop poles can be eaten raw, but they're much more flavorful when steamed or grilled. Also, heavenly in risotto. Feel free to experiment with this lush ingredient. And they're not really gonna do anything to the carrots, so we can just petrify them and go to the next section here, which is actually the candy pop buds. The lapis lazuli candy pop buds. No value, no Pikmin lost, and you can't really defeat them, so those stats are really not important here. Lapis lazuli candy pop bud, Flora cobaltium, candy pop family. No matter what color Pikmin is tossed into the blossom of this flower, it spits out the same number of blue Pikmin. This family of plant boasts soft, fleshy leaves, and sinewy? I don't know what that word is. Tendrils, of which allow the flower to open and close repeatedly over the course of a day. This flower's tough texture makes it unsuitable for salads, but this bright blue hue makes for a grandiose garnish. And no, I don't think we can throw Pikmin carrots into the candy pop bud and get it to produce Pikmin. We can't get it to close, however. And it is immune to the bitter spray, so no real need to test that out on it. Next we have the Crimson Candy Pop Bud. Crimson Candy Pop Bud, Flora refusia, Candy Pop family. No matter what color of Pikmin, it spits out the same number of red Pikmin seeds. The Pikmin, the candy pop flowers, and the Pikmin onions are not easily explained by current theories of xenobotanical sciences, and thus have not been appropriately studied and classified. I see. The spicy flower combusts upon contact with the tongue. Keep fire-retardant condiments within arm's reach. Douse it with some ketchup or something. Or milk. Milk is handy for, handling spicy foods, I've heard. Indeed. And of course, following this up, we have the Golden Candy Pop Bud. Golden Candy Pop Bud, Flora Oromia, Candy Pop family. And it always spits out the same number of yellow Pikmin seeds. Current research has yet to produce any theories as to precisely what kind of interaction causes the Pikmin to change color to match the color of this flower's petals. This tart flower's acidic juices can burn a hole through a frying pan. Eating it would be unwise. Rich coming from Louis, who probably tried eating one anyway, but probably wise words to heed regardless. Next, we have the Violet Candy Pop Bud, frequently found underground. Violet Candy Pop Bud, Flora Peniceus, Candy Pop family. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions. Considering the microecologies of this plant has been found in, one could surmise it could be found in any cavern regardless of geographic region. And indeed, you find Violet Candy Pop buds pretty frequently in the caves around the Pikmin world. Tossing Pikmin into this flower results in the release of purple Pikmin seeds, regardless of the color of Pikmin tossed in. This variety of candy pop contains robustly odoriferous oils. If candy pop flowers could be cultivated, there'd be no doubt that plants would offer multifaceted benefits to the cosmetic, medicinal, and tourist industries. This convenient purple flower secretes a dark, flavorful oil that eliminates the need for salad dressing. Ah, it makes its own dressing. Very nice. If only all plants were that nice. Salads wouldn't need dressing to begin with. And, of course, we also have the Ivory Candy Pop Bud. Ivory Candy Pop Bud, Flora Niveus, Candy Pop family. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions. It could be found in any cavern, regardless of geographic regions. Tossing Pikmin into this flower always produces white Pikmin seeds, regardless of the color Pikmin tossed in. In many cases, plants with small leaves typically have limited photosynthetic capabilities and thus must find alternate means of obtaining nutrients. With parasitic and predatory behavior being most common, the candy pop could be considered one such example. I see. Maybe the parasitic Pikmin that infect the bulbmin are a closer relative to the candy pop buds than the actual Pikmin. This elusive flower spoils within seconds of picking, making it unsuitable for cooking. That's unfortunate. And the purple candy pop bud was so nice in making its own salad dressing and everything. Why can't you be that considerate, Ivory Candy Pop Bud? Seriously. Anyway, moving on, we have the Queen Candy Pop Bud. Queen Candy Pop Bud, Flora Regina, Candy Pop family. This specimen constantly changes colors. When Pikmin are thrown in, it shoots out seeds that match the flower's coloration the moment the Pikmin landed inside it. The number of seeds shot out is always greater than the number of Pikmin thrown in. It can be said that this completely baffling plant and many other mysteries remain over... It can be said that this is a completely baffling plan, and many mysteries remain over precisely what sort of relationship it has with the Pikmin. It would appear that the Pikmin gain all the benefit from the relationship. Perhaps it is simply a different variety of Pikmin to begin with. Interesting thought process, Olimar. Eating this flower leads to spectacular, breathtaking indigestion. Not recommended, and Louis could probably only know that from experience. We have a different kind of flower here now, the Creeping Chrysanthemum. Valued at 7 Pokos, we've lost 2 Pikmin to it in battle, and we've defeated 16 of them. Creeping Chrysanthemum, Taraxacum rovinia, Chrysanthemum family. Like Pikmin, the Creeping Chrysanthemum is a member of a group of creatures with ambulatory root structures. This creature is best known as a mimic, but because it is actually a form of plant, this label is not entirely accurate. For unknown reasons, the Creeping Chrysanthemum mimicry does not fool Pikmin, perhaps because they share similar heritage. It relies on preying upon other creatures to provide sustenance, so it has no need of leaves for photosynthesis. Generally speaking, the role of plants within the ecosystem is a producer species, and thus plants are generally found at the bottom of the food pyramid. However, on this strange planet, the line between producer plants and consumer plants is blurred. Can you get it to pop out of the ground, perhaps? To maybe feast upon some carrots? Except not really, haha. Boy, that makes your face look goofy. Moving on, we have the Skitterleaf. Valued at 1 Poco, Skitterleafs cannot defeat your Pikmin, so there's no Pikmin lost, and we've defeated 13. Skitterleaf, Rust Pseudorabicans. Ugh. Skitterling family. The Skitterleaf is a relative of the pond skater that shed its wings and adapted to life on the ground. With no residual traits of its airborne past, the Skitterleaf can neither fly nor skit across the surface of the water. The wings have since evolved into the leaf-like structure on its back, which serves to hide the Skitterleaf through mimicry. It appears to be quite effective, as few predators can see through this clever disguise. The superb amalgamation of juicy meat and leafy greens ensures that the Skitterleaf will be the new spinach. I do love me some spinach. I have to wonder about that claim, Louis. You made me curious. Phrase, please. Ah, they do not petrify when they are hidden. Interesting. And also, the Skitterleaf gained a rather annoying counterpart in Pikmin 3, but we will not speak of them for right now. Now we have the unmarked Spectralids. With a value of 1, they do not attack your Pikmin, and we've defeated 36. Unmarked Spectralids. Fenestaria prismatas. Flitterby family. Or Flitterby family? When strolling through the forests of this planet, clouds of these creatures are seen dancing overhead. Like flower petals drifting in the breeze, the sight of Flitterbees dancing in the lush green undergrowth is unforgettable. Flitterby collectors drool over specimen samples boxes lined up in order, highlighting the slight color graduation changes from blue to red to yellow. Such items fetch particularly high prices at auction. Spectralids don't provide quite a lot of meat, but the exquisitely elegant wings are surprisingly tasty, particularly when expertly prepared with a sweet candied glaze. And they're not going to be too interested in our carrots. I'd honestly say the blue ones are more purple than anything, but we can freeze all of them and stop their happy fluttering. Next up we have the Honeywisp. No value, because you can't really defeat them and collect them, and they do not attack Pikmin, and we've defeated 13 of them. Honeywisp, Nectara fatus. Honeywisp family. This floating lifeform drifts effortlessly on the winds. Upon death, its physical structure instantly collapses, and as the creature is particularly elusive and difficult to catch, no sample specimens have been acquired as of yet. If we could simply recover a live sample, research on this species would likely proceed more smoothly. Yeah, they do just kind of instantaneously vanish when you throw stuff at them. Although the eggs are small, the yolk has a distinctly bold and tangy flavor. Try tossing a few in a pan along with your choice of meat and fresh vegetables and cook up a country scramble. I do like scrambles. Scrambles are very good. Can we knock you out of the sky with some carrots, maybe? No, doesn't really seem like they're too impressed. And we cannot petrify them either, it seems. Next up, we have Mamuta. Our friend Mamuta. Valued at 3 Pocos, he cannot defeat Pikmin, he just pounds them into the ground, and we've defeated 8 of them. Mamuta, unknown family. The imbalanced asymmetrical arms of the Mamuta are among its most notable features. Feeding on seeds and fruit, the Mamuta is known to actually sow and grow plant species. While other species have exhibited seed-bearing behavior for the purpose of storage, the Mamuta is the only species so far to actually cultivate fields of plants. That's why it loves pounding your Pikmin into the ground so much. Also interestingly to note that this is an elusive enemy from Pikmin 1 that returns in this game, unlike its sort of counterpart, the Gulix, who is not present at all. Whoops, I accidentally hit the home button on my Wii remote. Pretend you didn't see that. Inedible. Tastes like chicken. Then how do you know if it tastes like chicken if it's inedible? I suppose you could lick it. Though Pikmin 4, when Mamuta returns in that, does reveal that Mamutas actually do have hair all over their body. They're not really stone-like like they appear here. So, that's interesting, I guess. You can still petrify him. And his eyes also petrify and look rather suggestive. Let's move on to our good friend, the Potato Bug. Valued at 3 Pokos. No Pikmin lost. They can defeat your Pikmin by dragging them into their hole. And we've defeated 9 of them, unfortunately. The Potato Bug. Pensaris glutone. Actually, would that be more potatoous glutone, I guess? That would make more sense. The Potato Bug family. The adult Potato Bug competes for many of the same food sources as Pikmin, but its thick-skinned hide allows it to withstand most Pikmin group attacks. However, some researchers claim to have observed Potato Bugs being overwhelmed by massive numbers of Pikmin and reduced to food. The Pikmin just devouring them right then and there instead of carrying them to an onion. Potato Bugs are hardy and nutritious, but also bland and unimaginative. They may be palatable in a pinch, but they hold no true culinary promise. Unfortunate. We will always love you, Potato Bug. We will always love you until the end of time. And now you are stone. And finishing off today's video, we have the Pellet Posy. Our good friend the Pellet Posy, who provides us with more Pikmin when we take the pellets. There's no treasure value to them, they can't kill your Pikmin, of course, but we have defeated, quote-unquote, 55. I guess it counts as defeating them when we knock them down. The Pellet Posy, Amplus nutrio, pellet weed family. In the stem of the Pellet Posy, one can observe the muscle fiber unique to half-plant, half-animal species, such as the Pikmin and candy pop flowers. So the Pellet Posy is a species that can be considered a close relative. Although the ability to crystallize nectar is unique to a small group of the pellet weed family, the fact that these plants reach maturity so quickly that their pellets contain such high concentrations of natural nutrients in the soil explains why the Pikmin and so many of the other indigenous species are so reliant on these pellets for sustenance. Very nutritious, and they also have numbers on them for some reason. On a quest for the perfect hors d'oeuvres, slow cook this plant in a wood fire oven, but be careful to only serve the tender pellet. They are not terribly interested in carrots, of course, and they cannot be petrified. But yes, that is going to call it for right now. This ended up being a bit of a long one again, but I guess that's to be expected. Thank you very much for watching. This is your good friend Sparky signing off for now, and I will catch you later.